Hello, I am Gwendolyn McLeod, and I am a 2-year resident of Fairburn. Fairburn is located approximately 25 minutes south of Atlanta. It's a city of historic homes, buildings, and places of worship with a thriving business community as well as a rich cultural heritage with residents and visitors who truly enjoy its various attractions like the Southside Theater Guild and the Renaissance Festival, which takes place each spring. There is a unique and diverse blend of residents that have a lot of individual stories about their experiences growing up in Fairburn that are important to the makeup of our community. What's great about living in Fairburn is that it's a city that embraces the future while remembering its past.
Fairburn was a wonderful place to grow up. It was a small town and everybody knew everybody in town. Everybody helped everybody in town.
I was born in this town. So, in fact, I was born in my grandmother's 1870 house. And I used to walk to school. But when I walked to school, all the sidewalks were sand or pea gravel. And in fact, a lot of the streets were not paved. But I would leave my grandmother's house and walk downtown to my daddy's grocery store to get my lunch money.
Such things stand out as your dad used to run a grocery store. I can remember his right across the street. Do you remember his grocery store right across the street?
Yes.
Before he moved it?
No, I didn't know. I was not born yet. I was born when they moved in the grocery store building on
the next door to your dad was J.R. McClure's barbershop. I got a barbershop that you could get your hair cut for 25 cents. I can remember that far back. That was in the late 30s probably.
I lived at 137 Malone Street for 65 years. I was elected in 1995. I served 12 years and enjoyed every year I served.
What did you like best about it?
Serving, doing for others, that was the best. Anytime I could help someone else, that was important to me.
I'm the oldest child of Charles Henry Nave, who used to be Chief of Police in Fairburn. He started as a patrolman in 1967. I was about 2 then. He worked his way up in the ranks and became Chief of Police in 1976. Retired in 1998. Back then, Fairburn was known as Mayberry-like. My mother cooked for the prisoners when we had someone in the jail. They ate what we ate, except when we had steak.
I'm down in the town, I said at my end there, growing a farm, which the type of stuff farming I'm doing now was taboo 20 years ago. Boy, you can't make a living selling veggies. You got to have acreage. And on my 4 little acres in town, I'm growing enough veggies to have fun to enjoy my hobbies.
I started Fairburn High School in 1961, and it actually became a high school in 1963. Prior to that, if you attended Fairburn High School, when you got in the 9th grade, you had to go to South Fulton because back then blacks were not allowed to go to Campbell High School, which is now Landmark.
My father was frustrated with the fact that he wanted labs, more labs, better books, better equipment, that kind of thing. Segregation to me as a kid, watching my dad, who was a very committed educator, try to equalize things for his students. You know, you learned really quickly that he had to be innovative. My father would go out and buy books by Carter G. Woodson and other African-American writers and bring them to school and put them in the library so that the kids could take advantage of it, but they weren't books from the school system. These were books that he would purchase himself.
While I was in school, I had a lot of different things to do. I can remember when I was a child, I had to pick cotton. We stayed out of school certain days to pick cotton because my dad didn't have enough money to get us everything that we needed, and we would work ourselves to help us get what we needed. It was 8 of us, and I'm the oldest. And we would pick cotton 2 days out of the week, and then we'd get enough money, maybe buy us a pair of shoes or do something that we had to do. And we did that for a long time. And I used to pick cotton. A lot of people might not know what these places are in Fairburn now, but down there where Porex is, that was a cotton field. I picked cotton there a lot of days.
Porex is the largest manufacturer of porous plastic sintered products. Well, I think Porex has been in Fairburn and continues to stay here because of the community. The city government has been excellent in working with us in making it a good place to do business.
And I'm the owner of Taylor Gas Incorporated and have been working at the company for 26 years. I'm third generation. Our company was founded in 1946 by my grandfather at the age of 64. And we have been servicing Fairburn and South Fulton and Fayette counties for 64 years. We're proud to say we are Fairburn's oldest business.
Well, many of our employees are Fairburn residents, and after being here for 38 years, I can tell you that we are a family here, and a lot of the people are personal friends of mine.
We know the dogs and the mothers, and we try to keep that atmosphere. That's what I've tried to do, is to keep, so we know Mrs. Smith, we know Mrs. Thompson, and we know our customers, and so if they call us up with a need or a safety issue or a service issue, they know who's on the other end of the line.
The city has experienced phenomenal growth in business, industry, and residential neighborhoods in recent years, and currently has a population of almost 14,000 residents. Fairburn offers homes from historic to modest to custom built, which feature golf communities to apartment living.
So we wanted to find an area that still had that small town feeling. So we heard about Fairburn.
You definitely can slow down in Fairburn. Well, maybe we'll get a chance to start a business in Fairburn. I like it here.
Meeting the mayor and, just getting to know people on the city council. I mean, I like that environment. You get to meet everyone and talk about your concerns and issues.
When I moved here in 1999, as a native of Atlanta, it's living in the city life in the fast lane. Wanted a combination of both the city and the rural area, more like a country. And so I had several friends that lived out here. I would come out here periodically in the mid-90s, and I grew to just love this area because, again, the mixture of the rural and the taste of the city.
The Fairburn Development Authority has recently been responsible for overseeing the initial steps in Fairburn's Livable Centers initiative, which focuses on the revitalization of Fairburn's downtown with other projects soon to follow.
The Development Authority, we have it serve as a joint development authority, which focuses, one portion of our time is focused on the downtown historic area and surrounding neighborhoods, and then the other one is over the entire city limits, the entire area that the city encompasses.
What kind of projects has the Development Authority initiated in the past several years?
Well, probably the one that has been the most impressive has been the bonds that we let to build our educational campus here, the Fairburn Educational Campus, which currently has 2 classroom buildings, 2 retail areas, and an administration building, and at this point in time is fully leased.
The City Council of Fairburn had a vision of locating a college in Fairburn, and it seemed like a perfect fit for us. And we often ask, why do you choose to come here? And they said, well, you're closer to home, we like your reputation, we like the small classes, you've got, my friend told us about you. So I know that word of mouth is one of the best recruitment tools, but I believe that once they come here, not only are they getting a good education, they're getting it in an excellent, safe environment, and they like the city of Fairburn and the fact that they can stay close to home.
I think what's critical is we really need a heart and soul in this city. We need a gathering place, and that's one of the things that the Development Authority helped support last year is the Livable Centers Initiative. We've had an unfortunate fire in the area, so I'm hoping that in the next year to two, because it doesn't happen overnight, that we can see the resurgence in our downtown, because we have a charming historic downtown. We have a lot of neighborhoods that have the walkability to downtown, and we really need a place to gather and to get to know our new citizens and see the ones that have been here for years. I've been here for 53.
The LCI study, it is the Livable Centers Initiative. That's what LCI stands for, Livable Centers Initiative, a program that's federally funded but administered through the Atlanta Regional Commission. And the purpose of the study is kind of trifold. It's to promote healthy living. And what goes along with healthy living? Being able to access goods and services without getting into your car. So it promotes a pedestrian-friendly atmosphere. It promotes a mixed-use type of land uses so that one can walk from their home and access not only groceries, but the drugstore, perhaps the doctor's office, restaurants. So it promotes a pedestrian and healthy living.
That LCI study is a roadmap. It's a floor plan, if I may add. And what it does, it allows us to look at commercial development that we want to one day acquire.
We're right off of 85 within 5 minutes. We're 15 minutes from the world's busiest passenger terminal, as well as one of the busiest air freight terminals in the world. Additionally, CSX has a major intermodal operation here in the city.
A lot of people didn't know about Fairburn, and it was growing, and so we knew we wanted to be a part of a city that was growing. And so that's why we decided to choose Fairburn. And Fairburn is the best kept secret.
Fairburn maintains a traditional small-town atmosphere coupled with the sophisticated advantages of a nearby metropolitan area. With easy access to Interstate 85 and Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, Fairburn is perfectly positioned for business and personal needs. As one of the Southside's leading and innovative cities, Fairburn provides its diverse community with a sustainable, human-scaled framework supporting future growth and enabling its citizens to continue to live, work, and play together for all the years to come.